Thank you very much for joining us again today. My name is Dakbo Arua Joy. Today we are going to have two halves. That's in the first half. We will look at this social investment program, the Empower program, and the second part of the program. And let me leave that till that time. So you just wait till that time. But to do the discussion in the first half, I have Gregory Chebiri and also Sulaiman Ibiduni. Both of them are Empower applicants from different local governments. Where are you from?
From Alimosho local
And
government.
you?
Mushin.
Motion local government. Okay, wonderful. And can we get a better understanding of this empire? Because I know thousands of Nigerians, young Nigerians, have been highlighted or chosen to benefit from the federal government social investment program. 30,000 is meant to be paid to individuals. What's your own focus talking about the empire?
Anyway, to start with, let me elaborate more on the Empower program. It's a social investment and empowerment scheme by the new regime, Government Empower APC, as part of their campaign promises. So the program started very well. We applied online. Then suddenly, everything was done perfectly in a transparent manner. We are looking for 500,000 candidates, successful candidates. We did the test, everything. Then later we got news that, out of the 500,000 is 200,000 they now needed for the first phase. So we started on, we were selected. We were given a link to check our names with our phone numbers. We did that. Then we started the updating of our account online and every other thing. So suddenly they came up with another idea that, they need to do physical verification so that the money, and this is a fantastic idea, so that all those that applied online, at least they could be seen as human beings. So the physical verification is going on in other states. So we now visited our own local government. We were asked to visit to see our focal officer. Up till date, we don't even know whom the focal officer for Lagos State is. We've been going to the local government every now and then, no news. Some of us were compelled to visit the National Orientation Agency in the local government to demand for more information. They were telling us that they know nothing about the Empower program in Lagos State. So our worry is that other states are receiving their stipends. Why right now we don't even know our fate?
Is it just
Lagos State?
Is it across Lagos? Is that what?
Yes,
you
the whole of
Lagos
Lagos State has not been attended to as far as this Empower program is concerned, as I speak. In fact, the only news we got was that before the end of last year, they were to meet to discuss and decide when the verification will start. Unfortunately, the meeting was later postponed to, I think, yesterday. Yes. Afterwards, we heard that, they had the meeting, nothing came out, there was no decision as when the verification will start. And as the program is actually scheduled, the Empower authorities, those that are in charge, they will not be ready to attend to any state which is there to verify their candidates. So, as we speak, according to the person in charge, Laolu Akonde, he said like 25 states have actually completed their own verification and their payments have been processed. So my own take on that would be that, we in Nigeria of today, we are having the problem of unemployment. In fact, it's a surge. It's one of one of the components of the recession itself. Because as an economist, I understand the fact that when we talk of recession, then we are actually talking about declining growth accompanied by high rate of unemployment. So fortunately, the government, the power, see the need to rescue that situation. So if the Lagos State government is not...
Is it Lagos State government or the Empower Lagos chapter? Because is it the government now?
The information that got to us has it that it's meant to be a signature of the governor, Mr. Akinwumi Ambode, on the memorandum of understanding.
So that's where the problem is coming from?
That's the only thing.
You reckon?
Yes.
Okay, because the government is listening, the Lagos State government, they listen to this
Yes,
program. Often.
yes,
So
that's-
they're listening now. So you think that's where the problem is from?
Yes.
And if Lagos State, if the governor does not put his signature on this
Yes,
document,
yes.
you guys might lose this opportunity. Is that what you're saying?
You know one thing, I don't want to totally agree on that particular, because one, I'm looking at it from this angle. This program, the stipend is coming from the federal government, not the Lagos State government. The Lagos State government is only going to
Oversee.
oversight
Oh, okay,
the
okay.
whole, and deploy us to wherever we're going
Okay.
to work. So, and I know Governor Ambode very well. I mean, the little I know about him is somebody that loves the youth.
Yes.
So now I'm beginning to wonder whether there are external bodies trying to hijack this program outside Mr. Ambode, Governor Ambode.
Come, let me get it. What's your own focus? Because before we got on stage, you were telling me your focus is agro, right?
Yes.
You have 3 faces or 3 agro.
There are some more than 3 phases. One, Empower Teach. We call that one Empower Teach for those going into teaching profession.
And that's your own.
That's
Yes,
it.
yes,
Okay.
So
that's my
my
focus,
own
yes.
is agro.
Okay, yours is agro.
Yes.
So if you are employed, who is going to pay you that stipend?
That's federal government. It has been captured in
Not
the...
Ambode.
Not
No,
Mr. Ambode.
no.
Not Governor Ambode. It has been captured in the budget already.
Okay.
It has been captured.
Yeah,
So
I
what
know.
government is doing
500
is...
billion has been earmarked for this project.
Good.
There about the social intervention program. So your plea now, what's your plea? What's your focus now? Where are you directing your
Well,
plea to?
it's a kind of appeal to Governor Ambode. I know some of us, we're all graduates. Nobody that applied for that program, apart from those in creative that will go for a 3-month course or something like that. Those are the ones that are not graduates. So the way they are tossing us up and down at various local governments we visit is something, I see it as somebody taking us for a ride.
But you've answered the question before. I said, who is meant to pay the stipend?
Federal government.
Okay. Eventually, if you pass through this process, if you're chosen and if you're verified, what do you think will be the achievement in your own life and in the economy of Nigeria?
Oh, that's a very good question. That's why I told my colleagues that I am in for this program and in the agric department, because virtually, I mean, the economy of this country today, I mean, will be heading towards that direction.
Yes.
So a lot of us are going in for various reasons, but for me, I believe by the time I must have gotten into this program, key into it, by the time I will be leaving in the next 2 years, that's the program is scheduled for 2 years.
The program, where are you meant to work really? Is it the Lagos State establishment or a federal establishment?
This Lagos State establishment, the federal is paying, but Lagos State is going to deploy into their various agro.
So you don't even know where you are going to be, but it's Lagos State.
Lagos State that will deploy. But
Okay.
as per me, that is in the agro section or something like that, then we are going to be trained as extension farmer officers.
So you can be self-sufficient. Is that the idea?
Exactly.
Okay, you don't have to work for someone after 2 years.
After 2 years.
Okay, so afterwards you said what will your achievement look like?
So I'm saying, I said I'm there to organize some set of graduates in the same field, this agro field. We can team up at the end of the program and have a good business plan that we can, table to the government or something like. We can obtain loan from the Bank of Agric and at least set up something that will be beneficial to the economy.
Okay, wonderful. I'll come back and ask you about your own achievement, but that will be after this short break. Don't go anywhere, please. Okay, welcome back. We're looking at the social intervention or investment program. Basically, looking at the Empower program itself, which 30,000 naira monthly stipend to be given to around 200,000 youths. But I have two gentlemen here that are saying that they want to be in this scheme, but right about now they've not been verified. And before we went on break, I was asking Sulaiman, what is it that you intend to achieve if you finally find yourself in this scheme?
Okay. Basically, firstly, I believe in human capital development. So that's why all my life I've been involved in assisting those below me and those my colleagues while I was in school to guide them as regards whatever is not actually clear to them, to make them more useful to themselves. So that's why I actually keyed into NTeach, so that wherever I'm actually dispersed, they will feel my impact and I will have been able to change the life of so many. Because if you empower an individual intellectually, you are giving him what's a life worth living. With that, he can actually create wealth himself.
What were you doing before? Apparently, what were you?
I just finished my service November.
November?
Yes.
Okay. So you wish you could just get something immediately?
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
So where do you think 30,000 naira will take you?
On the money, well, I have some other ideas myself that I want to actually launch. Like I'm planning to go into business consultancy with some of my colleagues too. A life worth living. With that, he can actually create wealth himself.
What were you doing before? Apparently, what were you?
I just finished my service November.
November?
Yes.
Okay. So you wish you could just get something immediately?
Exactly,
right?
exactly.
So where do you think 30,000 naira will take you?
On the money, well, I have some other ideas myself that I want to actually launch. Like I'm planning to go into business consultancy with some of my colleagues too. I'm planning to go into data analysis. I know about that too. So, and I'm actually working on that seriously. So then I have some other things I have in plans aside this. But basically, I want to contribute to the society, and in that line, I believe so much in human capital development, and that's why I'm into this.
Okay, let me get you also. But you've not just finished NYSC, right?
No,
What have you been doing before?
Actually, I've been unemployed. Let me just.
For how long?
I finished my NYSC 2013, and I've been unemployed since.
For like 3 years now?
3 years now.
Wonderful. So how have you been surviving?
Well, through the grace of God. Honestly speaking, through the grace of God. Because you can't continue depending on your relatives, friends, and all this thing. So that's why some of us keyed into this program. I now asked myself, you talked about the stipend. The stipend is nothing to write home about. But the aim of the program, they made it in such a way that you can stay within your locality. That's why the first criteria for selection was residence, area of residence.
So even you don't have to spend much on transportation.
You can even trek down to, because my own house is close to Muso Okuala local government.
Oh, wonderful.
So I could easily trek down there, but that is not the main reason why I'm keen in, is because I know the future of this country is heading towards agric, and our leaders should, shouldn't be preaching; they should be practicing what they are preaching every day.
Okay, initially when the APC government laid the manifesto before you, did you believe they will achieve this? You thought, sincerely, this is a sincere answer I want to get from you. Would you believe this is the same propaganda, the same talk, and maybe they will not achieve it eventually? Because in some other states, the Empower program has kicked off.
To be honest with you, I believe the time has come for us to be serious in this country. That was why I believed in APC manifesto. And aside the verification issue, the program has been very smooth.
Apart from this verification, which you believe you're still going to be verified by.
Exactly. That's why we are appealing to Governor Ambode. I know with his intervention, things will be better. Okay,
wonderful. Can I take the first call? I know you want to chip in something, but I have Oladele from Dr. Murai. Oladimeji, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, this project is a very laudable project from federal government. We appreciate what the government is doing, but what is happening in Lagos State is very annoying. It's very, very annoying. Lagos State is noted from being very, very versatile. They're always first in doing so many things. I don't know what is happening now that they are lacking in this project. Why are they? What's the problem? Why? There are a lot of jobless people around the country, and if there is something that the government is doing, it should be done very quickly for them.
Okay.
Why are they delaying in Lagos State?
Okay.
It's very annoying.
All right, then. Thank you so much, Oladimeji. Annoying said. You wanted to chip something before I went to that
Yes. Firstly, I want us to have a direct request to the governor of Lagos State, and that will involve the fact that we want him to come out, make a press release, or come out and speak to us. What is really happening?
What's the deadline for this?
The deadline has elapsed already. Yes, the deadline was meant to be December 30th last year. Yes, but grace has been given for the states that have not been able to. As at then, I think there was only 8 states before that that date. But by that 30th, there were almost 25 states that have completed their own verification. So we will want to appeal to the Lagos State government to come out and tell us what is actually hindering this process.
They should come out and
Yes, that's one.
I have before you give me the number 2. Can I take Felix from Ikorodu? Good morning, Felix.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
In fact, it's nice having the two guys on air right now. And sincerely speaking, we have been clamoring for this for quite some time. What I just want to say is that we want the partnership between the state and the federal government to be cordial so that we can be verified. Many of us are ready to work, but the state government is driving us back.
Are you part of the Empower
Yes, I'm
scheme
part
also?
of the Empower. Felix, I'm part of the Empower.
So you're waiting for the verification from the state
Yes, we
government
are
now?
waiting for the verification. Other states have been verified, but Lagos State is still extremely lacking behind. And we're told that it is the state government that is delaying us. So we need their intervention, quick intervention. And for NTEACH, school resumes on Monday. And many of us, we are stuck. We don't even know what to do anymore. So we need intervention from the state government in collaboration with the federal government to attend to this issue on time. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. It seems that there are a whole lot of people out there, just 2 of you here on the program. You're speaking the voice of others also.
Yes.
Okay, you were saying something before I interrupted. Number 2?
Number 2 is we want the focal person for the state to be known as
Someone you
known.
could reach.
Exactly. Then at each local government too, we need to know who to interact with directly.
You said, because you mentioned Daulu Akonde, that the spokesperson for the vice president. Have you been able to reach him? You've been reaching him beforehand?
Well, there was a program held at Repa Radio this morning, and the presenter actually promised that she will actually talk directly with him on our behalf.
Your voice is being heard now, so
Yes.
I think apparently
Yes.
before the end of the program or after the program, something should be done about you. I have Mazi Okorafo from Aruchuku. Good morning, sir. Mazi, are you there? Mazi, we're waiting. Good morning. He's out. Okay. Okay. Apparently now, so the plea now is for the state government to do something about it. And I asked the same question I asked him, that and Gregory. Do you believe, apparently, because most governments will say, okay, this is what we're going to do. Though you've not been verified now, and you are hopeful you should be verified. Did you believe this government initially when they promised? Even now they said they're going to be giving 5,000 naira stipend to the vulnerable people. Did you believe all this, or did you think that was just the way politicians behave?
Anyway, when pronouncements are made, it has to do with the integrity of the person that pronounced a particular statement. So from the onset, the person involved,
Who is that?
Buhari, is a man of integrity, proven over time. So with that, I know apparently the program will be successful.
You think?
Yes.
That's what you know?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. I have Lucky from Jos. Good morning, Lucky.
Good morning, my brother. Well done. You are doing a very good job. I'm very, very happy with what you guys are
Thank
doing.
you so much, Lucky.
It's all right. I think this is a very good platform for us to engage government. One thing I can tell my fellow comrades is that they should not despair. things will be sorted out. I'm sure the government is not aware. When things like this happen, the political class want to manipulate the process to favor their own supporters. Moving forward, we should know the coordinator for Lagos, and at the various local governments, we should know those people who are responsible. So if somebody is not doing his job, then they can replace him and bring somebody that is ready to let this thing go on. So please, I need you to kindly help us forward this message to the appropriate quarters.
All right, then.
So their actions can be expedited. Thank you very much. And
I can bet they're listening by now. You said you had the assurance or you had the belief in the president. That's why you feel this is being done now. Yes. But even the Lagos state government has not been doing bad, really. When it comes to being foremost in everything, Lagos state government takes the lead. But now because what Lucky is saying all the way from Jos is, Ambode is listening. Maybe there's something happening. Is that what you believe also?
Yes, sure, I believe that. I know, I just want to talk from the point of view, my own point of view. Governor Ambode was around at Abison Estate during his campaign train. And there was a popular road that links from there to Ayobo. A very bad road. Even at his stage, people were complaining that we really have government. After the campaign, by the time he assumed office, we all go past there now. I mean, you will be impressed with what the man is. I don't think even at that Alimosho local government, when I got there, I was going from one office to the other, one hall to the other. I was seeing so many empowerment programs going on there. So
you rest assured.
No. I even by the time I'm leaving here, I know something will be done.
Okay. I like that hope. What do you think also? You think something will be done?
Sure. Then I want to add that on those that are in charge of the program itself.
Do you know your coordinator?
In the states? In
your local government?
I just told you now that I want the focal person for the state and the local government to be named.
Same with you. We call them focal. That's the name for focal officer. Okay. Are you getting me? That's the only thing that is delaying the whole program. We don't know whom to hold
responsible. Don't worry. I bet the governor is listening or someone responsible for this. Gentlemen, I have to let you go because I've given you enough time to allay whatever is in your heart. Gregory Echebri, right?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Sulaiman Ibiduni, applicant of the Empower program. Soon you should be beneficiaries, hopefully. Thank you so much, guys.
So we thank you for having us.
All right, and it's a pleasure. And that's our first half. Later, after this short break, I will introduce my other guest. Don't go anywhere, please. So welcome back. According to the Corps Marshal, that's the FRSA, Federal Road Safety Corps, Aboboye 12,077 road crashes were recorded in 2016 and 5,400 deaths. Amongst these 5,400, which is 65% of people that had accident, 306 Nigerians were killed in accident involving articulated vehicles. That's what we're looking at today. Because Honorable Wale Raji, Chairman Ad Hoc Committee on Government Intervention in the menace of accidents involving fuel tankers, is a member representing Ekpe constituency of the House of Representatives. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
And Dan Ekere, a friend of the House, as a lecturer at University of Lagos. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, because I wanted you to react to what the gentleman said initially. We're talking about the empire, but I know the governor, Ambode, will do something about it. Because of time, let me ask you, sir, a lot of people died in 2016. Talking about accidents involving road tankers. And when you get to see these tankers on the road, you wonder, is there somebody monitoring these people? It's like putting machineries of death on the road, and nobody's killing us. Thank you very much, Dan.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, because I wanted you to react to what the gentleman said initially. We're talking about the empire, but I know the governor, Ambode will do something about it. Because of time, let me ask you, sir. A lot of people died in 2016. Talking about accidents involving road tankers. And when you get to see these tankers on the road, you wonder, is there somebody monitoring these people? It's like putting machineries of death on the road and nobody's caring. What is the House of Representatives doing, sir?
Well, thank you very much, Dakpo, and Happy New Year to you.
Same to you, sir.
And to your colleagues in the station. Well, the problem of accidents generally, on our roads, and in particular articulated vehicles, has been a source of concern, to Nigerians generally, and the 8th Assembly, the House of Reps. And this necessitated, a motion that was moved and passed in the House of Reps sometime October, November last year, and led to the composition of my committee, the ad hoc committee on the government intervention in the menace of accidents involving articulated vehicles, and in particular petroleum tankers. Because apart from loss of lives, which cannot be replaced, when there are accidents, it constitutes losses, great losses to the economy.
Yes.
The vehicles, it leads to depletion of the fleet of vehicles available on our roads.
They said it cost the nation about 7 billion naira annually.
So, and we cannot afford to just sit down and allow such to continue. And that led to the composition of that committee.
How old is the committee? And how old is that committee? The ad hoc committee. How old is it?
The committee was formed in about sometime in November.
Okay.
And we commenced our assignment in December.
Okay.
First the preliminary assignment to really look at what are the causes of these accidents, because when you are looking at this issue, the causes, could it be the design of the road? Could it be the state of the road? Could it be the design of the vehicles themselves and the state of the vehicles? Could it be human error?
So it could be all of the above.
All of the above. And also, when such accidents do happen, who bears responsibility? Now, if there, most times you just see that there will be accident, deaths are recorded, people, property are lost,
people burnt to death, sleep,
and some people are permanently incapacitated or temporarily incapacitated, and you see the driver, if he survives, walks away. So who bears responsibility? And also, nobody is even talking about compensation, to all these people. So, all we hear is that those who manage to survive, probably the next Sunday, they go to their church to give thanksgiving and all, what have testimony and what have you. And we cannot continue like that as a country. So, precisely on the 15th of December, last year, we decided, our committee is a 7-man committee, we decided to visit some of these, the scenes of these accidents.
So what did you conclude?
We have just started our work. We went to Tegina in Niger State, because there was an accident sometime in November, late November, where about 14 lives were lost. Unfortunately, the accident happened on that road, close to where people live, and it was carrying petrol.
Yes.
And the petrol now spill down to, into the town.
Yes.
And there was somebody who was using local iron, you know, and the petrol, you know, traveled down to where it was, and it exploded and fire all the houses along that
Got burnt.
something got burnt.
How many
And
people died in that one?
14 people died.
Wonderful.
We were even shown the mass grave of these people.
Let me
So-
go to Dr. Dan, and because it's a gory one there, because he asked a question. It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, maybe the ones that escaped the incident just go to the church and just give thanksgiving. Nobody is held responsible. According to Boboye was saying, if a tanker driver is involved in an accident, they will not ask, was you the one that caused it? You think like a sailor. You will be held responsible also for even involving the accident, if you are the one that caused it or not. What do you think should be done to prevent all this?
Yeah, I do know that in the past, many years ago, you know, you find people who drive such heavy-duty vehicles, you know, most of them were actually a bit matured. But if you check out the drivers of these vehicles today, they are very young, and they have this mentality of who go wound. You know, you hear those kind of things because they know they are driving very heavy-duty vehicles, and when you drive your car around their tanker or trailer or whatever, it looks like a little toy before them. You know, so they have this attitude of trying to intimidate people. Even when they needed to slow that, they will not, because they believe that you'll be the one to be frightened.
And they should be the more responsible
yes,
driver.
Yes, so we equally need to check out, you know, those who are engaging these people in this kind of, you know, some of these people, maybe their mentality should equally be questioned, because if they have the right attitude, the right disposition, I'm sure that when it's just like when you are driving and you see somebody on the road, it should not be a case of, okay, in case the car hits this person, is it the car that will get damaged or the person that will get killed? Because that's the attitude. You should know that at least life is involved. If the tanker drivers have that same disposition, I'm sure there will be a reduction in the number of accidents. Because the way they move, they care little or nothing about human lives. And some of them, because perhaps their fathers or mothers have assured them that if in case you hit anything, nothing will happen to you. The accidents, they will see you walking down from the other side. They just believe that they behave like cattle sometimes. You know, so I think that should be monitored. So then in terms of who should be held accountable. Yes, in every such scenario, the tanker driver should be held accountable. You know, because ordinarily, if it is a case of two cars, the tendency of explosion, fire explosion, is very minimal. But with tanker, there is a high level of inflammation. You see that what you are carrying is highly inflammable. That even those who have nothing to do with the accident could equally, be got by fire. You know, because the rate at which fuel fire travels is so high and so fast. So they need to be more cautious. And I think until we hold them accountable, this, carnage will not, come to an end. So but again, equally, the question of insurance is another very critical issue.
They insure themselves and insure even the properties of people and the vehicle and even the people that got involved in the accident.
There need to be such, arrangements so that when such an accident occurs, at least insurance companies should come, to the rescue of those who have,
because look at this instance. The people that own tankers are not just small people. They're big people.
That's right.
And people are saying before you should lift at each depot, they will check if your tanker is even suitable for Nigeria roads. But people have ignored that because according to information, money exchange hands.
That's right.
And at the end, how are you going to fight that?
Well, without any attempt at preempting the outcome of the committee assignment, we're still going. When we resume, we will fix a date for a public hearing where stakeholders will be invited, to come and present their positions on the issue and also make necessary recommendations, after which we will put our reports together and submit to the House, for further legislative action. But let me also state this, that in the course of our visit to the scene of the accident in Niger State, we visited the emir of that area, and in fact, we were told that some of the vehicles, the petroleum tankers, they even carry load that is even more than the capacity for which the vehicles were designed. For instance, a vehicle that is designed to carry 33,000, for instance, carrying more than that. And that brings to the fore the issue of weighbridge.
Yes.
Vehicles are designed.
The
roads are designed to carry certain
weight.
And most in those days we used to have the weighbridge, but today we don't have the something. So these are some of the issues.
Because when we get to look at the laws passed before,
yes,
I didn't check much about that, because I believe there should be laws compelling the tanker driver that before you set forth, weigh whatever. So, have we forgot? Are the laws obsolete?
These are some of
forgotten
the things. These are some of the things we are going to look into. Like, for instance, the relevant laws. Are they being complied with? 2, are they still relevant to our present circumstance? And if the laws are obsolete, do they need to be reviewed? So that it will become. They will become applicable,
and also have stiffer penalties.
And penalties, and also, so all these are issues that will definitely come up when we resume, and a date is fixed for the public hearing. Stakeholders like the FRSC officials, the
DPR should be there also.
The DPR, the insurance companies,
Petroleum Tankers
Association, the road workers, transport union, and all the stakeholders should be will be invited. Journalists are also invited, because we will report all these accidents.
Okay, wonderful. Yeah. We need to go on a short break. When we come back, we have a whole lot to discuss. Don't go anywhere, please. Okay, welcome back. So we're looking at measures to prevent road accidents involving articulated vehicles, especially tankers that even carry a large quantity of inflammable products. And Dr. Dan Ekere, I was going to go to you, because I've been having a chat with the Honorable Raji and Dr. Dan Ekere. But let me go to you now. What do you think? Because there are a whole lot of, because Honorable Raji said the state of the car, the state of the road, the state of the drivers. And let's look at the tanker drivers, their state. Have they been tested for alcohol? Okay. Have they been driving too much? Even some overspeeding. You remember there's some that happened even around Lagos State. It's because Lagos State government has got even the rescue to even lift tankers. I bet some days, even 2-3 days, there'll be traffic in Lagos. Can we treat these people, if I can use the word, as common criminals?
Well, to a large extent, they appear to be common criminals. But then the challenge again is this idea of conveying fuel and the rest through tankers the best way. Is that the best way of transporting the product?
You can try the rail also.
So there are many. When you go to other climes, this issue of tanker drivers is a non-issue.
Can I quickly take Lucky? Lucky is calling from Jos. Good morning, Lucky.
Yeah, good morning, sir. Thank you, my brother. You people are doing very well, and I think this topic is very, very important.
Okay.
And government must have the courage to try and stop this menace of tanker driver on the road once and for all. I know in the time past, in the past administration of Lagos State, the former governor tried
Yes.
to try and control their activities. They blackmailed the government and Nigerians with strike. So moving forward, we need to engage their leadership. And we have to let them know that there is sanctity of the human life. And that even they also have a responsibility to ensure that people are safe using the road. Now, my recommendation is very simple.
Okay.
How do we recruit these tanker drivers? What is the recruitment process of these tanker drivers? We must develop a policy that people who are given the license to drive tankers
Yes.
are competent. We are going to do even psychiatric tests for them
Yes.
to ensure that they have the right frame of mind to handle these vehicles.
All right, and Lucky,
So if
thank
you
you
don't
so
do
much.
that-
Well said, well said. You've said it already. A lot that you mentioned there.
Yeah, so I was looking at how best do we convey the product. I think there are better means of doing that. Now, fortunately, we have challenges even with pipelines. You have issues of pipeline vandalization,
vandalization.
bombings, and all the issues. You know, but if such things are actually well taken care of, I'm very sure that there are safer ways of transporting petroleum products, safer than this idea of carry tankers on the road. Then the state of the roads are equally very important. You find out that a number of times some of these tanker drivers want to maneuver, to perhaps maybe try to bypass a bad spot. And in the course of doing that, you know the way their vehicles move, and even the brake system too. You know how it works. It's not like the ordinary car that you can just apply your brake and you are there. These ones you need all the pumping and what have you, and sometimes it fails with ease. So in the course of that, the next thing you see is that it ramps into other vehicles. So we need to check out both the state of the road and again find a lasting solution. And the lasting solution is in moving from the idea of tanker conveying products,
but to a rail.
Yes.
Okay. I have Yakub on the line from the Pemo. Good morning.
Good morning, Doctor.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dr. Ekeria.
Thank you. Good morning.
The Dr. Ekeria has already said something earlier. That is very important. He said that these people that drive the tanker, do we test their brain? You know, therefore, if you are fortunate to drive beside them, you find out that they always look at you as nothing as an animal, because they believe that your tanker is bigger than your own, and then if they hit you, you are gone for it.
Yes.
If you hit them, you are also gone for it.
Yes.
But the question is this, therefore, if we really want to find solution to this problem, in the point of loading, there should be a station whereby these people will be tested. Even though they test, another problem we have is that you know that before they get to destination, there's other point they normally stop. They will drink all sorts of alcoholic, smoke them before they continue the journey. And then you know why we cannot fight them? These people, they are in government. The people that host all this cancer, the majority of the 85% of them, they are in government. Even though they eat you cannot take them to court, because you will lose the case in the beginning, because there's no law that can catch them again, because they will frustrate you with their money. So you have nothing to say, rather than if government really want to help Nigerian citizens. Anybody that's caught, whether you drink or you smoke anything, the tanker should be impounded. But they cannot impound it, because the tanker belongs there.
Okay.
God bless you.
Thank you so much, Yakub. Because I think it makes sense.
Yes,
Impound the vehicle.
my job is being made easier for me, because these are some of the contributions that one will expect at the public hearing, and I'm already taking note of all this, and all this will be put together. But I just want to say, to react to what Doctor said, that the permanent solution. But then using the rail to move the rail system, to move the product and the pipeline and all what have you. But definitely the pipeline, the need will still arise to use tankers to take to
one
final
point,
destination.
yes,
You know, from one point. I mean, we cannot.
There will be shorter distances.
Yeah, maybe shorter distances.
But
then-
even doctor, you said abroad. Even abroad, they
Yes,
still
they
lift
still-
content.
No, you
Yes.
yeah,
But you
to
see
the-
these
to the-
gentlemen,
to the filling
Yes.
station.
These
Yes.
gentlemen, they
Yes.
drive as if they're going for a wedding.
That's
very very
That's
mature.
right. So now there is no way it's inevitable, but the focus must be that those that are driving must be responsible.
Yes.
Those who are involved in the business should display the high level of responsibility, you know, by making sure that, look, they do not constitute danger to other road users. And also, somebody spoke about recruitment policy. It's also, you see, I think the time has come for us to really look at tanker driving and trailer driving as a profession.
Okay. Can I
Let
repeat
them
it?
be properly be trained, you know, and monitored.
Okay,
You know.
I'll come to you now. But I have Apostle Indu BC from my papa. Good morning, Apostle.
Hello.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, my brother. You probably do a good job.
Thank you so much.
Let me chip some idea. You see, all these tankers, even if you are going to wharf, you will see them. They are spoiling the road. They are pooping there. They are cooking in your road. They are doing all sorts of things in there. And when they want to enter into the terminal, they will give the Navy money. They will give the alaye. They will go sort out and carry and move out without even to check them very properly.
So they bribe all the way, Apostle. Is that what you're saying?
They bribe them, even my nephew, even my army, even my police, they bribe them there.
Wonderful. And I knew you from Papa, I know you're going to give us the real insight to whatever. Thank you so much, Apostle, because time is fast spent.
Yes.
In conclusion, sir, because we have some seconds to go. In conclusion, what do you have to say?
Well, it's that it's a problem that has to be addressed, and the House of Representatives, as a responsible and responsive organ of government, you know, has taken proactive action, you know, by establishing this ad hoc committee. And I seize this opportunity to to advise major stakeholders, you know, to be on the lookout for our invitation to participate in the public hearing, you know, where recommendations will be made, you know, towards addressing this issue and permanently solving the problem.
Can you drop a line in like 2 seconds?
Yeah, I would just say that government should, you know, some more courage.
Okay.
You know, try and exercise some will in dealing with issues of this kind. Because, like somebody has said, a lot of the owners, the tankers are not owned by small children. So they should have the courage to deal with what should be dealt with. Otherwise, this menace will continue.
All right, then. Wonderful. Dr. Dan Ekere, Professor, Department of, Doctor, Department of Philosophy. Thank you so much, Dr. Dan Ekere. And also Honorable Wale Raji, Chairman, ad hoc Committee on Government Intervention in the menace of accidents involving fuel tankers, a member representing Ekpe constituency. Thank you very much for joining us too.
Thank you.
Also, and that's our program for today. Do join us tomorrow for another interesting episode. My name is Dakbo Aruwaje. Bye for now. God bless Nigeria.